All right, it's been a while since I posted a video. I've been in and out of YouTube, I guess in school suspension. Over the length of time, the policies have eliminated more videos, and I'm just trying to figure out the message I want to bring, which is seeking the truth. I think we should have conversations that are truth seeking from their base, but then also it doesn't have to be an echo chamber. It can be other ideas. All of these things that are happening, and all of these things that are almost a distraction to the real issues. And I think so many real issues are around money. So there is an article, there is an author, George Gilder. I would like to read an article to you. I hope I am not boring you. I appreciate the fact that you have taken the time to come to this channel. During the time that I've not posted a video in a number of months, we've added subscribers, and I truly thank you for spending time. I really do hope that this helps both you and I get to a point where we are seeing, we are living, we are realizing a life that is closer to the truth than we had before. Money. So many things seem to be about the money. So, George Gilder, I'm going to read this article to you. Real money is the key to growth. It might be hard to believe, but the government monopoly on money can be overthrown tomorrow. We, the people, can master it and make it our servant. How? Mainly because we live in an information economy, which is an economy of mind, meaning it can be changed as fast as minds can change. Money is not a mystery, and a reversal of policy can affect massive improvements in very little time. In the same way that existing policies suppress growth, a change in policy can bring about an instant and sharp enhancement of all economic activity. How do we make that change? To answer that question, let's review prior economic transformations and how we can learn from them. After World War II, when 10 million demobilized servicemen returned from the front to an economy that had to be converted from a garrison state to meet civilian needs, economists steeled themselves for a renewed Great Depression. But a big congressional Republican victory in the elections of 1946 propelled a drastic turn away from the government planning regime of the war. Government spending plummeted by no less than 61% between 1945 and 1947. The economist Arnold Kling of the Cato Institute observes that, quote, as a percentage of GDP, the decrease in government purchases was larger than would result from the total elimination of government today, end quote. Seems like a lot of money. Some 150,000 government regulators were laid off, along with perhaps 1 million other civilian employees of government. Disbanded were such managerial agencies as the War Production Board, the War Labor Board, and the Office of Price Administration, beloved by John Kenneth Galbraith. Every Keynesian and socialist economy confidently predicted doom. In 1945, Paul Samuelson prophesied, quote, the greatest period of unemployment and dislocation which any economy has ever faced, end quote. There was no new depression, though. In fact, the historic ascent of America saved the world economy from socialism. Economic growth surged by 10% over 2 years. The civilian labor force expanded by 7 million workers. Released from wartime controls, the private sector launched a 10-year boom despite tax rates on investors as high as 91%. Compensating for the high tax rates was an effective 50% tax cut through the enactment of the joint return for households. Freed from regulations and tax burdens and relieved of wartime stresses, large manufacturing corporations emerged as spearheads of global capitalism. Crucially complementing these deregulatory policies was an era of relatively sound and reliable money. Of course, the worldwide ascent from depression and war was built around a simple framework that we no longer have, which is the gold exchange standard. Negotiated in 1944 among all the Allied powers at Bretton Woods, it made currencies convertible into dollars in turn, which were convertible into gold at $35 an ounce. The fixed exchange rates of Bretton Woods provided the stability that lengthened the horizons of global investment and enterprise. Remaining in place throughout the post-war boom, they provided the monetary backing for global growth that averaged 2.8% per year for 25 years, and on a level unequaled before or since, and almost double the growth rate since 1971. There were few defaults, no banking crisis, an efflorescence of innovation and progress in what even current prophets of secular stagnation regard as a golden age. Then it all changed. After the end of the Bretton Woods in 1971, the monetary regime became mostly dependent on politics of central banking, chiefly the U.S. Federal Reserve and European Central Bank. Yes, the dollar provided an adequate haven for extended periods, but reliable money became increasingly scarce. With central banks' ability to easily manipulate money, anyone with a long-term investment or asset, a fixed goal or visionary cause, deep pockets or commitments, a family or a career, or even an enduring job becomes a goal for the government. What people call money is actually mere credit and debt with no reliable unit of account. The thing is, money is not a mere manifestation of economic power. It is a crucial source of information. Only to the extent that its signals of values are reliable and true can it guide the learning curves of wealth creation. In the past, the critique of monopoly money has taken the form of proposals for conferences, balanced budget amendments to the Constitution, audits of the Federal Reserve, and calls for a new Bretton Woods agreement. Yet at a time of crisis, these ideas, however appealing, seem even trivial or implausible. A return to the gold standard, however, could put us on a path to actually restoring real money. A new gold standard will emerge when governments end their monopoly and remove obstructive taxes on alternative currencies. Allowed to move experimentally toward the time constraints of real money, digital payment systems will evolve with gold into a new information system for the global economy. Critics of a gold standard fear it would restrict the money supply. But a gold standard does not fix the amount of money, it defines its value. Thus, gold does not reduce the supply of real money, it increases the demand for it. Under the gold standard of the United States, between 1775 and 1900, money supply rose faster than at any time before or since, by a factor of 160. While the population rose by a factor of 25 and the nation forged its industrial revolution. This 160-fold rise in the real economy, in the real money supply, moreover produced almost no inflation. A gold standard complemented by Bitcoin-related technologies on the internet would provide a supply of real money for the first time since 1971. Gold enables real money by fixing its value to the passage of time. The supply is then determined by us, by private economic activity, and by learning based on the informative webs of authentic price signals. Gold already serves as a monetary metric for millions of people around the globe. Example, from China and India to the Middle Eastern oil kingdoms, many nations are increasing their stores of gold. Scores of entrepreneurs and venture capitalists are tapping gold's potential for international commerce. And the Gold Standard Clearinghouse has experimentally reduced transaction times to under 100 milliseconds from Anthem Vault to BitGold. Entrepreneurs have been developing ingenious combinations of the Bitcoin blockchain with gold backing. As the prices of gold and digital currencies converge, these real monies could ultimately redeem the dollar and the global economy. New systems based on gold and blockchain innovations can evolve into a new world monetary infrastructure. The new global money could extend the American dream of stability and futurity. Restoring real money, we can recapture the future from both Silicon Valley and Wall Street. Opening up horizons of opportunity again, we can save Main Street from the menace of monopoly money, transcending the dismal science of stagnation and decline, and regaining the American mission and the American dream. Granted, with a buildup of mountains of debt and contingent liabilities across the globe, under the management of central banks, there seems to be no direct legislative path to a gold standard today. But even if the nation cannot forcibly impose a new gold standard on the world, real money should not be seen as an arbitrary legal structure or policy. It is an expression of the natural order of the economy, the system of the world. And restoring sound money could work miracles of growth almost overnight. I read that to you because I think it's very, very important to really understand. And he didn't even touch on some of the things that also transpired during the Great Society of Johnson in the 60s and the Vietnam War and our cost, and how that led to this belief that we needed to temporarily leave the gold standard. This idea of we the people and the power that we have is not just regarding money. It's not just regarding the politics of our country, not just regarding the politics and policies of our state. It's at the local level. It's at the school board meetings. It's at the township meetings. I spent yesterday looking at the school board and townships, the meetings, when those boards are going to be meeting. And I am creating, because I'm a planted person. I work through a calendar, and I'm creating this new season in my life where we are going to be more active. And we the people, we can change this. We can move forward. I've got this stacked on a bunch of books that just came, The Bitcoin Bride, and it is a great compliment to Exposed, the Financial Matrix. And the two gentlemen that are responsible for these books, Orrin Woodward and Chris Brady, I am very, very confident that these two gentlemen are leading from the front. They are creating a movement that we together can have the greatest impact on our nation and on humanity itself, seeking the truth. And it does involve understanding, having a competency when it comes to monetary issues, understanding money. I'm going to continue to talk more about this. I think it's the most important thing right after my faith. I think it's the most important thing that I've been involved in, and I'm going to continue to discuss it. I hope that this has been encouraging. I hope that you see, because we've talked about this before, cryptocurrencies, sound cryptocurrencies. I'm not into these altcoins that have been created to live in these pretend societies. That might be okay for you. And there's probably going to be a whole bunch of money made in those. I'm just looking for more white paper on things that are sound from the standpoint of this can be part of a financial ecosystem based on a decentralized ledger, based on this blockchain technology. And so I think gold and silver, I think cryptocurrencies, And I also think that the ability for us, you, me, we the people, spending time in association with each other, having meetings, discussing truth-seeking plans and how we can go forward. I think that's very important. I'm going to spend more time doing that. I would encourage you to join us. Davison, Michigan, we have a number of meetings right here in Genesee County. I see it. We are making a difference in our community. I would hope that you would reach out to me. I think there's 60 some subscribers on this channel. Please share this video and please reach out to me, get in contact with me, and let's connect and let's go forward together, seeking the truth. I am James Detroit. And for now, I'm out.